Today we will get started in child's pose. So once you're ready, bring your big toes to touch, knees wide to the edge of your mat. If your back or your hips are feeling a little tight, you can always bring your knees in closer to one another. Allow your arms to come long on your mat. See if you can relax through your shoulders. Being nice and gentle here and beginning to expand your breath. Feeling your belly rise and fall on your thighs. And see if you can begin to send your breath in between your shoulder blades. As you take deep inhales in, feel your back and your upper body expand. And on your exhales, feel your chest draw closer down towards the earth. Keep taking deep breaths, beginning to drown out anything else that's on your mind. We'll begin with 3 breaths together, continuing to take the deep breaths you're taking. Deep, open mouth exhale. And take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it all out. Another one just like that. Deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth exhale. One more full deep inhale. Open mouth exhale. You can begin to massage your forehead into your mat, left to right, as you tap into your Ujjayi Pranayama. Continuing with a steady breath. Eventually bringing yourself into a tabletop position. Beginning to stack your hips over your knees, and then your shoulders over your wrists, taking your time to get there. There's no rush. Maybe wag your hips side to side right away, loosening up through the hips. On your next inhale, moving into a cow pose, dropping the belly as you lift your chin up high towards the sky. Really draw your tailbone up. Feel your belly expand. And on your exhale, cat pose, chin coming to your chest, really tucking down through the tailbone. Inhale to cow, lengthen as you lift, pull your heart forward. Exhale to cat pose, rounding through the spine. Inhale, cow, lengthen as you lift. Exhale, cat, press your mat away. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat pose. Return to a neutral tabletop. Bringing the palms one palm print forward. Draw your right hip back to meet your right heel. Opening up through the right side body. And then left hip to your left heel. Eventually pulling the heart forward, chest between your hands. And continue with this motion, taking big, deep circles through the hips. Really opening up through both sides, opening up through the shoulders. And your next time when you're through center, reverse the direction, bringing your left hip to your left heel, and then right hip to right heel. Take a few rounds of this, maybe holding in one spot, really allowing your body to expand, getting into all the little areas here. Coming back through center, tuck your toes underneath, coming into broken toe pose. So only go as far as it feels good, but really allow the arches of your feet to open up. So maybe your toes are slightly tucked, maybe they're deeply tucked. Eventually bringing your hips down to your heels. Maybe bring your hands to your lower back interlacing your hands and then drawing them down towards your heels, beginning to open the heart, open the chest. If you feel good here, you can begin to gaze up towards your ceiling, breathing into the throat. One more breath. Slowly release your grip. Exit the way you came, nice and slow. Hands to your mat. Untuck your toes, tapping the tops of your feet to your mat. Tuck your toes underneath. Lift up to downward facing dog. Now take some time here, really working into the different areas, pressing down through your right heel, keeping the left leg bent. Really walk out your dog. Maybe really hold in one leg and then the other. Notice how you're feeling. Eventually moving a little bit quicker if that feels good, pedaling out through your dog. Allowing the hamstrings to soften and open along with your shoulders. Find some stillness in your down dog. Let your hips come nice and high. Begin to walk your hands back to your feet, meeting at a ragdoll back of your mat. Keep a nice generous bend in your knees as you allow your chest to melt into your thighs. Grabbing for opposite elbows. Maybe sway side to side. Letting the head and neck be nice and heavy. And slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rise to stand, meeting in mountain pose, Tadasana. All 10 fingers reach up nice and high. On your exhale, drawing the hands to heart center. On your inhale, arms reach up nice and high. On your exhale, right hand comes to your side as you reach up and over with the left hand. Keep pressing through the outer edge of your left foot as you soften through your left shoulder. On your inhale, right arm comes high. Left hand plants as you reach up and over. On your next inhale, both hands reach up nice and high, Tadasana. Exhale, reverse swan dive, down, forward fold, chest to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. On your exhale, walk your hands out to a plank. Moving through sun A's, take an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway or less. Upward facing dog. Pull your heart forward as your shoulders reach back. Downward facing dog, hips come up high. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, travel. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart. One more. Inhale, Tadasana, reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. On your next inhale, right leg comes high, three-legged down dog. Right away, opening up through the hip, taking movement. Bending in and out of your right knee, maybe rolling out through the ankle. And return to a three-legged down dog. Low lunge, right foot steps in between your hands, preparing for a warrior one. Back foot to a 45-degree angle, rising up nice and tall. Squaring the hips to the top of your mat, shoulders to follow. Hands meet behind your lower back. On your inhale, reach your hands down as you lift your heart. Exhale to humble warrior, bringing your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. And once you're here, try to square your shoulders to the top of your mat. Maybe lifting your palms up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands to your lower back, but keep them interlaced, returning to a warrior one. Stepping forward to chair pose, keeping your hands interlaced, and then releasing them as you extend them long. Bringing your biceps next to your ears. And seeing if you can sit a little bit lower. Beginning to feel your calves, your thighs activate. Take an inhale. On your exhale, right arm sweeps back for a twisted chair. Keep extending your left arm forward as you soften through the right shoulder. And see if you can sit a little bit lower. Come back to a chair pose on your inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Low lunge, right foot steps to the back of your mat, bending into the knees as you land. And move through the hips a little bit. Maybe move forward and back. Keep pressing back through your right heel. And grounded, twist right hand plants as you reach your left arm up nice and high. Trying to keep your shoulders in line as you pull your left thigh in towards your midline. Low lunge, hands frame the left foot. Step back to plank, take an inhale. On your exhale, side plank, grounding into your left hand and the outer edge of your left foot. You can always drop your left knee down here for support. Once you're here, see if you can reach your hips a little bit higher. And then eventually reaching your right hand up and over towards the top of your mat. Really open up through the side body as you lift your hips up high. Keep breathing. Come back through a high plank and flow through a vinyasa. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. From your down dog, left leg rises, three-legged dog. Begin to open up through your hip on this side, bending in and out of the knee, taking some hip circles, knee circles, rolling out through the ankle. Returning to a three-legged down dog. Low lunge, left foot steps in between the hands. Preparing for warrior one on this side. Right foot's at a 45-degree angle. Squaring the hips right away to the top of your mat. Shoulders to follow. Then bringing your hands to meet at your lower back, trying to use the opposite grip as you did the last time. On your inhale, pull your hands down as you lift your heart and lift your chest up towards the sky. And on your exhale, humble warrior, left shoulder to the inside of your left knee. Squaring your shoulders to the top of your mat. Keeping both legs nice and active here, but taking nice and deep breaths. If your hands aren't there already, bring them to your lower back, but again, keep them interlaced for the transition, returning to a warrior one with bound hands. Step forward to chair pose, hands interlaced, sitting down, and then extending your arms forward. Taking an inhale here. On your exhale, left arm sweeps back for a twist. Trying to keep your kneecaps in line as you soften through the left shoulder, maybe gazing towards the left thumb. Returning to a chair pose, extending the arms forward, and on your exhale, forward fold. Low lunge, your left foot steps to the back of your mat. Again, maybe move in and out of your hips a little bit here, bending in and out of your right knee a little. Moving into a grounded twist, left hand plants as your right arm reaches up nice and high. Keep pressing back through your left heel. And start to notice how this might feel different than the other side. You may notice some tightness in one hip over the other. Returning to a low lunge, hands frame the right foot, step back to plank. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, side plank on your right side, grounding through the right hand, the outer edge of the right foot. Reach your hips up high and begin to reach your left hand towards the top of your mat, opening up through the side body. Sending breath into your left side. Making your way back through a high plank and flowing through a vinyasa. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. From your down dog, right leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, cat-like spine. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Inhaling to rise, crescent warrior. Both toes pointed forward, back heel stays lifted. Moving into high crescent, straighten through your right leg. On your exhale, bending into the knees, left knee to hover, cactus arms. Bending into the elbows. Inhale, high crescent, straighten through both legs. Exhale, bending into the knees, left leg to hover. Keep bending through the arms, cactus arms. Pull the elbows back. Inhale to high crescent. On your exhale, crescent warrior, bending back into the right leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, right arm sweeps back. Keep bending into the knees and pressing back through the left leg. Opening up to warrior two, left foot spins down. Take some movement, bending in and out of the knees, the shoulders, adjusting the hips, your stance as needed. And settle into your warrior two. Star pose, heels in, toes out. Take a back bend here. Reach your fingertips back as you press your chest forward. Warrior two. Extended side angle. Bring your right arm to the inside of your calf, your knee. Use a prop as needed. Reach the left arm up high. Option for a half bind here with the left hand. Back to star pose, heels in, toes out. Goddess. Knees stacked over your ankles. And then bring your hands to your lower back, interlacing your fingertips, using a towel if needed. Staying in goddess as you draw your hands down towards the earth. Releasing the grip, return to star pose. Warrior two. Reverse triangle, straighten through your right leg, reach up and back. Little to no weight in the left hand. Opening up through your side body. Hands cartwheel down, standing splits. Hands frame your right foot. Left toes draw off your mat. Few options here. You can let your head and neck be nice and heavy. Maybe you bring one hand to your calf or both. Try to keep the left hip even with your right. You can draw your hands to heart center. Whatever feels good on this side. Slowly bending into the knees as you step back, low lunge, left foot to the mat, high plank, and flow through a vinyasa. Take that on the other side from your downward facing dog. Left leg comes high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, cat-like spine. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Rising up to crescent warrior. Back heel stays lifted. Biceps next to your ears. Moving into high crescent, straighten through your front leg. On your exhale, bending into the knees, cactus arms. Right knee hovers right above your mat. Try to keep your left knee stacked over your left ankle. Straighten into high crescent. Exhale, lower your knee, cactus arms. Really pull your elbows back. Low belly stays nice and active. Inhale to high crescent. Exhale back to crescent warrior. Take an inhale. On your exhale, left arm sweeps back for a twist. Keep reaching back with the left arm. Opening up to warrior two. Right heel spins down. Again, on this side, bend in and out of the knees. Move through the hips. Adjust your stance, whatever you need, and then settle into your warrior two. Star pose, heels in, toes out. Take the back bend, reach the fingertips back as you press your heart forward. Return to a warrior two. Extended side angle. Bringing your left hand to wherever is comfortable. Opening up through the chest and then option for a half bind. Star pose, heels in, toes out. Exhale to goddess, bending into the knees. And then from here, bring your hands to your inner thighs, opening up through the shoulders. Inhale to lean forward. Exhale, twisting towards your right, dropping down through the left shoulder. Inhale to bring your chest through center. And exhale, bending towards your left, dropping down through your right shoulder. Inhale through center. Star pose, reach up nice and high. Warrior two, top of your mat. Reverse your triangle, reach up and back. Press your left hip forward, opening up through your left side body. Feel the lengthening. Hands cartwheel down to frame your left foot, standing splits. Head and neck are nice and heavy to begin. Then a few different options to play with here, whatever feels good. Maybe testing your balance by lifting one hand off your mat, maybe both. Couple of breaths. Making your way to a low lunge, right foot connects to your mat. Step back to plank and flow through Vinyasa. We'll meet in a down dog. We'll take that a little bit faster. From your down dog, inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, low lunge. Rising up to high crescent right away, straighten through the right leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower your knee, cactus arms. Inhale to crescent. Exhale, right arm sweeps back for a twist. Open up warrior two, left foot seals with your mat. Extended side angle right away. Star pose, heels in, toes out. Exhale to goddess pose. Inhale to star. Warrior two, top of your mat. Inhale, reverse your triangle, reach up and back, straighten through your right leg. Hands cartwheel to frame your right foot, standing splits. Step back, low lunge, left foot connects with your mat. Stepping back to plank and flowing through Vinyasa. Meeting in a downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, low lunge, rising up to high crescent right away, straighten through the left leg. Exhale, lower the right knee, cactus arms. Inhale to crescent, keep a bend in the left knee. Exhale, left arm sweeps back for a twist. Open up warrior two, top of mat. Extended side angle. Star pose, heels in, toes out. On your exhale, goddess pose. Star. Warrior two. Inhale to reverse your triangle, reach up and back. On your exhale, standing splits, hands cartwheel down to frame your left foot. Take an inhale. On your exhale, low lunge, right foot steps back, meeting in a plank, and then flowing through your vinyasa. Coming to a down dog, take a breath. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, low lunge. One-legged Tadasana, drawing the left knee in towards your chest. Take a couple of steps to get there, or try to do it in one motion. Moving into figure four, you can stay here. Be sure to flex through the left foot to protect your knees. If this is feeling good, maybe you begin to sit down like you're in a chair, drawing the tailbone down closer towards the earth. Let your body warm up and maybe begin to deepen this as you go. You can always bring your hands to a water bottle, to a block, maybe the mat. Really allow the hips to open. Making your way back to a one-legged Tadasana, left knee into your chest. Warrior 3, left heel kicks to the back of your mat. Take your time to get there. If you fall out, just come back in. You've already been doing quite a bit of balancing on your right foot. You can keep your hands at heart center to help you balance, or maybe extend your arms forward. Keep flexing through the left foot and breathe. Slow with control, step your left foot back, crescent warrior. Open up warrior 2. And moving into triangle on this side, straightening through your right leg. Pull your left hip back as you reach your right hand forward. And find what feels good in your body. Bringing your right hand to your ankle, to your calf, maybe a block. Trying to create nice long lines through the body. Inhale to reverse your triangle, reach up and back, front leg stays the same. On your exhale, hands cartwheel down to frame your right foot, low lunge, stepping back to plank, an option to flow through a vinyasa. We'll finish that up on the other side, inhaling the left leg up high, three-legged dog, exhale to low lunge. One-legged Tadasana, draw the right knee in towards your chest, keep the foot flexed. Moving into figure 4, again, you can stay lifted here. Wherever you are, be sure to flex through your right foot. If you feel good, you can begin to sit down even further like you're in a chair, really getting into the hips. Keep breathing. Couple breaths here. And make your way back into a one-legged Tadasana, right knee back in towards the chest. Find your stability in your left foot as you move into a warrior 3. Take your time as you kick the right heel back. Try to bring your chest parallel to your mat. If you feel nice and sturdy, try to extend your arms forward. Slowly stepping back to crescent warrior and open up to warrior 2. Moving into triangle pose, straighten through your left leg, pull your right hip back, reach your left arm forward as you bring your left hand down to your calf, your mat, maybe a prop. And just breathe. See where you can expand and lengthen. When you're ready, begin to reverse your triangle, reach up and back. Taking a deep breath. Low lunge, hands cartwheel down. Stepping back to plank, an option to flow through one final vinyasa. From your downward facing dog, we'll make our way to our back. So if you want to come through a tabletop and swing your heels around. Once you're on your back, pressing your heels into your mat, feel grounded with the earth. We'll take one round of back bends here. Moving in to bridge, pressing down into the heels as you lift your hips up nice and high. You can stay here, or you can begin to roll your shoulders underneath you, getting a little bit more height through the heart space. Continue to lift up through the hips. If you want to take wheel and that's in your practice, go ahead. Continue to breathe. And slowly begin to draw your back to your mat. Give your spine a moment to connect with your mat. Then you can take some windshield wiper side to side, knees going left to right. And moving into supine pigeon. Keeping your right foot planted as you cross your left ankle over your right knee. Keep your foot flexed. You can stay here with your foot on the mat, your right foot on the mat, or you can begin to draw your hands behind your right thigh. Keep flexing through both feet. Drawing your right thigh in closer to your body if you want to get deeper into the left hip. Keep breathing. Bringing your arms to cactus arms on your mat. Allow your legs to fall over to the right. So you can come into more of eagle legs by wrapping your left foot underneath your right calf. Or you can release the bind, just stacking your left knee on top of your right for a supine twist. Trying to keep both shoulders planted onto your mat. And again, keep breathing. Unwinding your legs, drawing your knees back through center. Take some windshield wiper side to side, left to right, just once. We'll take that on the other side, supine half pigeon, crossing the right ankle over your left knee, left foot stays planted on the mat to start. If you want to take this further, you can begin to draw the left knee in towards your chest. Keep flexing through both feet. Again, drawing the left thigh in towards your chest if you want to get a little bit deeper. Really allow your upper body to fully connect to your mat. Once you're ready, bring your arms into cactus arms and allow your legs to fall over to the left for a supine twist. Again, you can take eagle legs here, or if this is too much of a twist, you can just stack your knees on top of one another. You can always bring your left hand to the outer edge of your right knee, breathing into the right side body. Unwinding the legs, drawing your knees back into center. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. You can rock your knees side to side, massaging out your lower spine. And making your way into a happy baby. Bringing the hands to the outsides or the insides of the feet. Really pull your knees down towards the earth as you press up through the heels. You can sway side to side, maybe straighten the legs. Whatever movement your body is calling for. Releasing the grip and bringing yourself into imaginary legs up the wall, pointing flex through the feet a few times, roll out through the ankles, and slowly lower yourself into our final pose for today, Shavasana. You can take Shavasana traditionally, or if you'd like to come into Supta Baddha Konasana and get into a little bit more hip opening, also known as butterfly pose, you can take that. Maybe this time you leave your hand on your belly and one on your heart. These next few moments are yours. Begin to deepen the breath. Exhale out all the stale air in your belly. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, let it all out. Begin to invite some small movements back into the body, fingers, toes. Eventually, taking a full body stretch. Reach the hands overhead, point through the toes, knowing you can stay here a little bit longer if you'd like. Rock the head side to side. You can stay here or roll to one side for a brief moment, taking this time to thank yourself for showing up onto your mat and dedicating time to yourself, to your practice. When you're ready to continue on with your day, bring yourself into a seated position at the top of your mat, hands coming to heart center, Anjali Mudra, ending our class with one final breath together. Exhale out all the stale air in your belly, open mouth release. Deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, let it all out. Drawing the thumbs to your third eye center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with myself. The light in me honors the light inside of you. Namaste.